Welcome to the Better World Newscast for June 29th.
2012.
It's 2012 still.
It is still
It's almost Canada Day though.
It is almost Canada.
Are you doing anything on Canada Day?
I am working.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still don't get double time because that's the Monday.
Yes. Is that a thing now?
Yes.
Because Amira was talking about that too. She works on the Sunday.
Yep.
She's
but
like,
I don't know. I work Monday, so I don't get double time.
how does that work?
I don't know.
Like last time I checked Canada laws.
That's apparently the new law.
Is that a new thing now?
I think that's the thing.
Okay.
Unless unions state otherwise.
Wait, do you work Monday though?
No.
But do you get paid for not working on Monday?
I'm not sure.
Because in that case, I would get paid my 8 hours for not going in. But
I
will be spending my time playing mini golf.
I don't know how. I don't know how it works. No, I don't work Monday, so I'm not sure if I.
Because you're shift work.
I am shift work.
So.
I think it depends on how much you work with safe.
Yeah, I think you have to have worked X amount of hours. I think that's how that works.
So many weeks prior, you have to work so many. Yeah, it's weird.
It's super odd.
I let it handle itself out. Either way, yes, almost Canada Day.
Yes, don't get yourself too drunk.
And then it's almost Independence Day in the States.
Yes, not the Will Smith one.
No, you did not defeat aliens, people.
I wish we did. Send them a computer virus. Spoilers.
Okay, if they haven't seen Independence Day by now, I'm surprised that hasn't been remade into 3D and relaunched in theaters.
That actually wouldn't be too bad. Not
out of all the movies that they've
Titanic.
been really, yeah, because that was a barn burner. I wonder what happens at the end.
He dies.
Dude.
It's like saying Luke Skywalker is Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's
father.
I do that all the time in the movie theater when they're doing that. Have you been in that theater recently?
What?
Movie? Yeah, they do that weird thing in the beginning of the movies where it's like these regular people doing lines from movies where it's like blah blah blah, and there's like a guy doing the Lord of the Rings with Gandalf, and the guy's like, and this little girl's like, and then he said to him, "I am your father," and I'm the only person in the theater that jumps on and goes, "Spoiler."
Oh dear.
I've seen a lot of movies this week, so.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh my. It's oh my.
Oh dear.
Same difference.
Oh dear.
Spider-Man's up this week, so. I'm interested in it. I really am.
I'm intrigued.
So.
I'm still cautiously optimistic.
It's already better than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Is what everyone is the general consensus, anyways.
Well, it will be better than 3.
Everything's better than 3.
So.
It's still a better love story than Twilight. Oh wait, hold on a second.
I like the cat. I really like the cast. I'm
super excited.
I'm not sure about Sony's speed scripting. That's my one thing that I'm just slightly concerned about.
It seems solid enough, so.
Because I heard they changed the beginning because people complained. So.
Well, I think it's because how many times can you reinvent?
Yeah, but I think the way they did it just did not work because apparently they had to re-edit some things and move some stuff around because it wasn't working for people.
Well, for the regular person who didn't know that it had to be re-edited, do you think we're gonna notice that?
I don't know.
So that's my thing. I'm not worried about it. I'm super excited for it. Spider-Man. The amazing Spider-Man, because the video game I'm actually super excited for too, because that came out this week. And I'm going to wait until July kicks around so I can use that $10 at Future Shop to get it at $40 or something.
No, I just watched the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon on Crackle, so...
How's that? How are you liking that?
I love that show. Spectacular Spider-Man was awesome, and then they canceled it to make that Ultimate Spider-Man show.
Oh yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man, which is not good. I don't like that.
Spectacular Spider-Man was an amazing cartoon show.
It was really good. They always do that though. Disney always does that. Or Disney anyways, they always cancel things.
Either way.
Yes.
What have you been playing, Tony?
I picked up Lunar Nights on the DS. The old, okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with what Lunar Nights is, it's Hideo Kojima's game on the DS.
Right.
It is the third successor in the line of Boktai games.
The Sun game.
The Sun games for the Game Boy Advance, where you would stand outside and your Game Boy Advance would read the sunlight and your characters would be more powerful.
You just needed a lamp.
Yeah, it was a good idea, except they realized you can't play games outside anyways.
Yeah.
Because the
The
Game Boy Advance, even today's modern consoles are kind of
everything
the
is...
Vita's okay,
The only thing that
Outside.
is not iffy outside is e-ink.
E-ink. Yeah, even phones are kind of tough now.
Yep.
Either way, Lunar Nights is a successor on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need your sun sensor
No.
for it because there's a digital light in it. It is a third-person isometric combat RPG. You play as Lucian and Sol, I believe, two back-to-back characters. You can switch them out at any time. You're pretty much fighting vampires, like real vampires. Now, none of these like fake vampires that you see nowadays, but like real vampires that have evolved into space travel.
Well, that's just good. Space vampires?
Well, yes, exactly, space vampires. Because the only the way they tell vampires in Lunar Nights is that they've evolved. It's far-flung future.
Okay.
So the vampires have evolved to. They're still weak against sunlight, but they can still stand it in it. They've evolved to that point. But so now the only way for the characters to eliminate the vampires is to throw them into a casket, which is a space casket. So this is after you beat them on Earth. Okay, so first, this is a Hideo Kojima video game, by the way, guys. So stop me if you've never heard anything before. You beat the vampires up on the planet Earth.
Okay.
You throw them into a casket because they're not dead, they're vampires.
Obviously.
And then you purify them in the sun by flying them into the sun.
It's a little extreme. Can't you just light them on fire?
No. They've evolved. They're more powerful than.
Light them in a
regular
lava
vampires.
Fire? Put some gas on that fire?
No. They live. You need to purify them in the sunlight.
Wow.
From the direct sun.
Like 2 meters away from the sun.
No. Like there's the light. There's these mirrors that harvest the light energy from the sunlight.
Okay.
To like power into the vampire's skull or something like that. Something really weird. But the reason why they're doing that is because the vampires have found a way to completely engulf the planet in clouds with the solar system.
Oh, so they played Skyrim.
A little bit.
The new DLC.
Yeah, it's a strange DLC. Apparently it's really good though. It's like 20 hours long.
From what I've heard, the conversation to get into the whole thing is kind of misconstrued.
Yeah, I tried to watch some.
It's kind of iffy apparently because Graham was playing it, and he didn't want to be with the vampires.
Yeah.
But apparently he is.
Oh, it's a very different approach to vampires as opposed to Oblivion.
Yes.
Because you get the vampire curse in Oblivion, you're kind of screwed. You don't get really any bonuses in all negatives.
There is a bonus if you run around at night, but as soon as the sun comes up, you're hooped.
Yeah.
But there is a cure.
Yeah. The cure is so backwards in Oblivion.
So and the Skyrim thing, it's going to be interesting to see what they do to blot out the sun. But either way, you don't. This.
Well, yeah. So the Lunar Nights is like Hideo Kojima's take on vampires.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hopefully he never puts them into like Metal Gear.
Vamp.
Other than him, he's okay, unless he evolves into something that you have to launch into the sun.
I can't really tell you what happens to Vamp in 4, but let's just say you don't have to worry about Vamp after 4.
Vamp Junior for 5.
It's neat. I think the system is more for like the battle system, anyways. It's very melee based, even though one of the Soul character, I think his name is Soul. He fights with a gun, which is really weird because everything he does depletes from your energy meter. It's something that now this is when the daylight sunlight thing comes into play. One character is more powerful in the daylight.
The other one's
more powerful at nighttime, and you can do the whole wait for the sunlight to come out again, or just switch characters and kind of go with combat like that. It's kind of like a Kuraga actually, where some monsters are also weak against light and some are weak against dark, stuff like that. So you got to find a balance between which character you want to use, depending on which situation you're in. And it's I like it. I really do. It's a little bit dated, obviously. I think it's 2007 now, 2007 or 2006. It's a pretty old DS game. It took me a good 2 or 3 weeks to try and find one in city without paying like $30. If you find it on eBay, it's like $70.
Yeah.
Unopened. It's crazy how hard to find this game is, and I bought it for like $20. So
nice.
Screw that. Screw this.
To heck with that.
It was used, obviously, but
Yeah, that's
I'm not gonna. I specifically was looking for one with the case, the manual, and
Yes.
everything's inside of it. So it took me a little while to find it, but that's okay. I got one.
Yeah, unless I'm getting a game for like $5, it needs to have the case and the manual.
Yeah, and this is like one of those niche, rare games that I kind of wanted. So it's Hideo Kojima. The story's great and convoluted in a way that he kind of does best.
Space vampires.
It's not space vampires, just vampires that are super powerful, and you need to go into space to kill them.
Space vampires.
It's called the Space Casket. I think. I don't know. It's so weird. I've been playing that. Modern Warfare 3, if you haven't figured things out. I've been playing that. It's a game.
Are there guns in it?
You run with the guns.
Whoa.
And you can't aim while you run.
Whoa.
And then you can drop into prone when you get into a tough situation.
Well, that's just kooky.
You get grenades.
You's blowing my mind.
Hold on. There's a new game mechanic now.
Oh, goody.
You can put 2 scopes on your gun, which really doesn't help anything. Like, you can have your ACOG scope, which is for close range.
Okay.
Or you can throw on. Now, these are actual military things.
Right.
With the left D-pad, you put on your advanced scope for long range. So you have two range scopes on your gun.
Oh, see, that I don't mind.
See, that's a good addition, I think.
Yeah, it's still not worth $60 to me for a...
No.
But
even used at $55.
yeah, no.
Do you guys like Call of Duty?
Is it Modern Warfare all over again?
It's World War III. Shit's kind of gone to the downhill. I'm kind of interested to see how it works with Black Ops 2. Because I don't know if they're like the same universe or not. I don't know.
So I think your Modern Warfare games are all together. Your Black Ops games are all in their own.
And then, if they're ever gonna do World War again, that will be their own World War game. Although the World War games, those ones tied into Modern Warfare actually, because there's an NPC called Captain Price.
Yeah.
In the World of War games.
But that's fine. I mean, the World of War games are.
And it'll be a while before they tackle World War again. So, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it now's meh. I'm thinking like next year maybe we'll see another World War. Like it's been a while since we've seen one.
The World War II games.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually funny because people complained that there's so many like World War II shooters out there.
And now there's all Modern War.
And now it's just all modern stuff, and it's like, guys,
They
come
all
on.
are the same. Like it's.
I would really like one that was like the guns were like World War I throws back to World War I with like authentic like guns where you actually have to like.
Oh, like World War.
Yeah.
Or like I guess the American Revolution is being taken by Assassin's Creed 3, but
there was a game that was out there that was a first-person game where you actually had to.
It actually was kind of cool. I saw some people playing that.
And people were like,
"This is neat."
It's neat. It's horrible as a first-person shooter because you're not like rounding a corner. But you weren't doing that in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think it depends on what the next generation of consoles is, of course. But you're gonna see what they can do, what they will do.
Yeah.
But if you're still playing Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
It's you shoot dudes. I feel as if I go online, I'm gonna get destroyed. Like I'm gonna log in and I'll get shot in the lobby. Like you can't even log in because you're just awesome.
Go to join a game and just get blasted off the screen. You're just like,
oh, sorry. Go play single player again.
Yeah, you're not good enough for this. But.
Sorry, everybody's playing this game. You didn't get it on launch day? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, it's a shooting game. You shoot dudes in the face, and they're all. Where did all the Russians come from? I feel like I've shot all the Russians.
They're the new bad guys. They're like Nazis. They just spawn from the ground.
No, Nazis.
Evil Russians just spawn from.
I feel like I've exterminated at least half the country, and I'm not even half the way through the game either.
Yeah, no.
I feel like there's.
Every Russian became a soldier at some point.
Even the babies.
Yeah.
They popped up with a Russian AK.
Yeah, and then they aged like 30 years, and all the females became males.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So, it's, you know what, I won't pay $60 for it.
No.
Thank the library for that. Like I'm like 30% done the game, or something. I don't know, some weird percentages. What I do enjoy, I won't enjoy it, but if you're a professional Modern Warfare player, there's a way to in the menu screens because you have your special ops, single player, and then multiplayer.
Right.
Now, say you only play Spec Ops like exclusively, you can set it as the default so that when the game boots up, it goes right into Spec Ops or multiplayer or single player.
That's not bad.
It's a UI tweak which could have been easily patched in to the modern
Any of the
and
other games,
to any of them. So it's a neat thing. I'm scraping at things to make.
I'm trying to sell this. Shut up.
It's an alright. If you've not played a Call of Duty game, this is a good game.
And that's my thing. Like
even Black Ops. If you've never played any Call of Duty game, great game.
When I got my Xbox, and then I'm sitting there going, okay, I kind of want a first-person shooter, other than Halo, because I had Halo.
Mm-hmm.
And Halo's a different game altogether.
Oh, okay.
So they're going, well, I've heard a lot about this like Modern Warfare thing. So I picked up Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, yep.
Played it, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. And then all of a sudden, I think we were watching E3, and Modern Warfare 3 was coming out, and it's like, this looks like Modern Warfare 2.
Someone actually did a cut-up of Modern Warfare 2 trailer and the Modern Warfare 3 trailer. Like, exactly the same. Like, it's not even... It's so dumb.
But if you're just jumping into the series, totally. Then, get into one of the obvious things.
Or wait for Black Ops 2.
Yes.
Wait for Black Ops 2 this November.
Yeah.
Which...
Yeah, if you waited this long to play one of these games, you can wait till November. Unless you want to get one cheap. Like, I mean...
Modern Warfare 1's probably still like $20, $30.
Probably, or Modern Warfare 2, but I mean...
Or roll a D6 or something and just pick one. They're all the same.
Yeah. Unless you're going for like that, the World War games. Yeah, those are different. But
yeah, those are all the Modern War games. Even Battlefield 3.
Yes, it's just... And see, I bought Battlefield 3 because I wanted to see the difference between the two, and I do like Battlefield more.
Battlefield 3 is it looks way prettier.
Yeah.
And the game...
Well, that Frostbite 2 engine's just...
It works.
Who would have thunk?
So, make Mirror's Edge 2. That's kind of what I've been doing. I've watched a lot of movies. I watched Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter and Brave. Both are fantastic movies.
Excellent.
Even though Brave, it's Pixar. Even though it's not Disney, it's a really good excuse for Pixar to steal the hair technology from Tangled.
Yes.
And put it into Brave, because that's really all it is. Plus some really good, Pixar storytelling.
Yep.
That's all that is really. It's a good excuse to reuse that technology.
Well, if you're gonna pay for it, you might as well use it. Unlike Final Fantasy with that movie they did, The Spirit Within, ages ago.
Yeah, that's a fantastic looking movie, but just...
Well, but remember they talked, and all the things were like, every strand of her hair is kind of like its own strand, and it was this big deal. And it's like, that's great, but when are you gonna use that again?
Because when that movie came out, it was the PS2 era. Yeah. And the current generation at that time still can't handle it. Yeah. Even the modern generations could have probably... I don't think they could reuse that technology.
I don't think, but that's what I mean. It's
like, where are they...
And spend a lot of money to work on
getting that Advent
girl's...
Children, that Final Fantasy movie, which is completely different. It still looks good, but it's completely different. Yeah. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, based off of real events.
Of course.
Just like the real Abe Lincoln. He
fought vampires.
With one hand on an axe, and his hand axe had a gun in it. Yes. Go watch it. It's fantastic. Don't watch it in 3D. I didn't watch it in 3D.
Just regular vision.
Just regular vision. It's far too dark to watch in 3D.
Oh, okay.
There's so much dark scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
Overall, it's fantastic because the person who they cast as Abraham Lincoln, like in all ages, because they had 3 different ones. They had as a kid. If you've read the book, the book is split into like kid, adolescence, which is most of the movie, and then regular Abe Lincoln, like old version. And I think they used the same actor for the old version, the old one, and the adolescence. They just put makeup on him. But whoever they cast him perfectly, in my opinion. It gives off those Abe Lincoln vibes. Yes, it gives a good reason why he can't lie and stuff like that, and how he can chop trees in half with one swing. It's really, really ridiculous. You have to suspend all disbelief of what you think of Abe Lincoln, really, other than being a kick-ass politician who abolished slavery. And they explain slavery, why it was abolished, because apparently the slaves were all vampire food. So when Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery, he announced an all-out war against the vampires.
Obviously, that's what happened. Yes.
That's the real story, guys. True story. Happened. I was there.
Oh,
in the
dear.
theater. It's
a biopic, I swear.
It's autobiography.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's such a good movie.
That's good.
I recommend it to everyone. And then Brave is what you expect out of a Disney Pixar movie.
Yep.
It's cute. You've got your moments. Obviously, no Pixar tells anymore because you can't put in the pizza truck or
Into Brave.
or any of those other things that you see in all the Pixar movies. There was a trailer for Monsters University though, so
Yes.
I'm super excited for that. That's gonna be fun.
Monsters University.
Well, again, another sequel that is not Incredibles.
Yeah.
Make me Incredibles 2.
No, they have to make the Planes movie next.
I'm so glad there's no trailer for that. I almost.
It's gonna be like Cars, but with airplanes.
But Cars was like toys, except
With
cars. So that's what I've been up to. It's kind of a little bit packed. How about you? What have you been up to?
Played some X-Men Destiny.
How do you feel about X? Did you get that from the library?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank God. Oh, thank God. How do you feel about X-Men Destiny?
No one should ever buy this game. Ever.
Really? How much is it still in stores?
It's expensive.
It's like $40, $50, right?
I think it's $50 because I went to look for it because I wanted to. It would be a really good game to do for bottom of the barrel.
Yes.
And so I keep going to look for it, expecting this game to be, in these bargain bins, just trying to get it out of their store to get this abomination off their shelves.
Mm.
No, $50, and then you go to the used one and it's like 45, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's a savings.
that's great.
You're saving. You are saving, but you pinched more pennies though.
I pinched a lot of pennies. I got it for nothing. So, I don't even have a library card, so I used someone else's.
Oh, good call.
Anywho, I beat it in about 4 hours.
Oh, that's good.
I think the whole thing that Silicon Knights was going for is there's 3 different playable characters, and they all have different stories.
Yes.
So I picked, because I watched a Let's Play of this game,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of see what it was like. And they picked the Jock, who was kind of the neutral entity, and like he was just kind of like, there's an anti-mutant rally
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning, and that's where all the characters are. And he's kind of there just because there's a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what this Jock guy's there for. So I picked another guy, because I'm like, yeah, I know the Jock guy's just kind of like, oh, I got mutant powers, not cool, I'm just gonna be like mutant. Yeah, totally. So I picked this other guy, and he was actually one of the leaders of the anti-mutant people.
Oh, good.
He was the son of the guy, and he ends up getting mutant powers. So you think that would be like a very twisty tale of him,
Yeah. Like Angel.
Yeah, it kind of takes him about 10 minutes to finally accept that he's a mutant.
Oh. I don't like this story anymore.
And then, as you keep going, you pick, like, faction sides, so you can kind of do a Brotherhood mission, or an X-Men mission, or blah, blah, blah.
It's open worldy?
No.
Okay.
It's very linear. You go here, you do this,
But it's very, okay.
but you hit a point in this line, and it diverges.
Okay.
So, I think by making it as short as they did, 4 hours, they want you to play through it again, and go
So
the
you can
opposite
go-
direction.
But you can play as all 3 characters, making it completely different again.
Correct.
So what is that, like 2, 4, 6 different...
Yeah, but see,
stories?
it would be pretty much the same story.
Oh.
Like, they follow the same path.
Oh,
There's
I
just,
see.
like, an inner monologue type thing that goes on where they're like, my guy's running around, like, he can hear his father talking to him about how he's such a disappointment and all this other stuff, and he's telling his dad to shut up out loud, and I'm like, why is no one commenting on the fact that this guy keeps talking out loud?
So it's like Enslaved.
What?
But Enslaved's better.
Because, yeah, he's running around, and he's like, shut up, Dad! And I'm just, Wolverine's, like, in front of him, and I'm like, why is Wolverine not stopping, turning around, and killing this guy? Like, you think you'd stop trusting a guy as soon as he starts yelling at his, like, disembodied
Imaginary.
voice. Yeah.
Imaginary dad.
So, I went Brotherhood
Mm-hmm.
because I was hoping I'd get to like beat Cyclops up, which you don't get to.
Poor choice. Everyone wants to beat Cyclops.
Exactly. And then they tout like 100 and some different powers in the game.
Now is it just like 100 and some with variations on each
Yes. So I had North Star's power,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes really, really fast. That's his first. You can level up. Certain powers have like 3 level ups. Some powers only have 1, which is dumb.
Like what? The good ones?
No, like not even good ones. Like you get Toad,
Yeah.
and his offensive thing. Your attacks do poison damage,
Okay.
damage over time, and then he has another one that you can level up. And when you use your mutant power moves, like your super moves, it affects the entire area with the damage over time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And then you go to like Gambit's, and he can supercharge enemies and they explode. That's his first one.
Mm-hmm.
If you land like a little finishing move on them. The second one is if you do your mutant power attacks, it's the area and random enemies will explode kind of thing. And then there's a third one where you can kind of just do like one of your down pushy moves and it'll pretty much ignite the entire area and explode.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there going, why would I take Toads when I can have this one?
Mm-hmm.
It changes the look of your moves.
Oh.
But at the same time, I'm sitting there going, well, I want utility over looks.
Yeah, like it's all flash over
Right.
over stats.
Well, and I want essentially I want the stats. I want to be able to beat the bad guys up more than I want to like have my wispy things look green.
Mm-hmm.
I got Emma Frost's defense at some point in the game. I never looked at another one.
So I'm confused. You're a mutant that has every other mutant's power?
Okay, the story is they're sucking like the DNA out of certain mutants,
Okay.
and for some reason you're one of these crazy ass mutants that's powers can just keep changing.
So you're kind of like Rogue?
Kind of, but less lethal.
Oh.
Like, because you don't touch a person and suck their power up, you just find DNA strands lying about the streets.
Oh. I just like realized.
And costumes, which look ridiculous. You get like Wolverine's costume, it's a unitard, and my guy's skinny. Like my character's, a fit, athletic guy. Well, his arms are completely bare, he doesn't get gloves or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's his arms, a one-piece unitard that goes all the way down, and like it cuts down like here for most of the costumes.
Oh.
So I'm like,
So it's just like one suit that they kind of threw onto all 3 characters?
no, it's just kind of like because each character, yes, is essentially the exact same thing, but
Mhm.
and then even like you get Colossus's suit, and it's the same as Wolverine's except the pattern changes. So I just stuck with the civilian look to it because the only benefit a suit has is if you put the suit on with
The powers.
the utility, the
Matching
offensive,
power.
and the defensive powers. So you have to be matching all around. And then you get like a tiny little boost to your power. So I'm like, this is ridiculously stupid. And then 4 hours to beat. So 8 hours to get the Brotherhood and the X-Men story.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're done.
So kind of a full game, but kind of repetitive at the same time.
Very repetitive. And the entire game is, here's 100 bad guys, beat them up.
Oh, good.
Here's 100 bad guys, beat them up.
Oh, good.
Here's 100 bad guys, beat them up. And you're like, can I do something?
So
no,
it's not-
here's 100 bad
So
guys.
it's not
beat
even
them up.
as cool as when God of War does it.
No, like,
Because God of War makes it look good when you beat up 100 bad guys.
well, in this one, the only cool thing is as it counts down every once in a while, it'll be like 50 left, and this, pop-up appears, kind of like a comic book.
Mhm.
You can actually smash it.
Oh, that's...
That was the coolest part of the entire game.
So it's kind of like Deadpool-y.
Yeah. That's the best part of the entire game is literally like this thing comes down and goes 10 enemies left, and you're like, and it's like, yeah, I look badass. And Emma Frost, like I didn't even use my mutant powers all that much, because Emma Frost's defense is if your mutant energy level is high enough, your skin is diamondy,
Right.
like hers. But the more you use your powers, the less diamondy it gets. Well, the more diamondy I was, people could hit me till like the cows came home, and I would take almost no damage. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep punching things.
Well,
So it's
that
like,
seems like this game is completely imbalanced. In
it's
terms
totally imbalanced. It's so dumb.
Of, like, what's the point of having the cool powers when you have one like Emma Frost's? And you just stand there.
And she had other benefits too. I think I like reflected projectiles. Like I could take no damage. I'm just like, what up, everybody? I'm just gonna stand here.
What
You
about
guys-
Colossus' abilities? Would his be similar?
He only has 2 upgrades, I think, on his,
Mm-hmm.
and his wasn't all that spectacular.
So it didn't even make him like super strong.
I think you got metal and then you got extra health. I think that was his 2 bonuses. Like that's what I mean. Like they were so you're sitting there going, you think you'd give us 3 upgrades for every single person? Because I got North Star, he goes fast. And I got Quicksilver's, well he goes fast. Well North Star's I can upgrade till I can fly.
That's hovering, isn't it?
Yes, but Quicksilver only had 2 upgrades. So I'm sitting there going, well I'd rather fly. At least it looks a little different. Like.
So they just reskin the powers.
They barely even reskinned half of them. You put Quicksilver's on, he runs really fast. You put North Star's on, he runs really like. You shouldn't going at least make the trail a little different, or
make something completely, or just not have one.
Or yeah, just don't give me North Star, because who knows who North Star is? Like, I do, but I do, but
yeah,
he's a Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's gay.
Like Logan?
Yeah, he was actually married in the Marvel comics, except
well.
No one knows who the hell he is. So
kudos to having that in there.
They've had that for a long time now, but like.
I mean like.
In the game.
And like like some of the weirdest references.
They picked some of the weirdest characters, like Gambit's in the game.
Well, that's you kind of have to have him.
And that's great. Like I dig Gambit. Jean Grey's not in there. Professor X is dead.
Okay, yeah. So Storm is the
Storm's not in the game.
Storm's not even in the game?
It's Emma Frost and Cyclops who are in charge of the X-Men.
Oh,
Nightcrawler's in the game. Wolverine's in the game, and that's pretty much it for the X-Men. Oh, and Colossus. And
so no Iceman?
Pixie.
No Iceman?
Iceman's in there,
okay,
but he pops up every once in a while.
Is Pyro in there?
Pyro, but he's on the Brotherhood, yeah.
Okay.
Pixie.
That's a good choice.
She got wings and she can use magic, because that's obviously mutant power. I don't know. So either way,
not up to your standards of Marvel.
If you could get it for $10,
that doesn't sound like a $10 game. It sounds like a downloadable game. A downloadable $5 game.
Like it's one of those games where, for $10, you play it for 4 hours, you're done, you're good, and you can kind of leave it on a shelf until for whatever reason you get the urge to play.
So like Rock of the Dead. It's like Rock of the Dead. Like I feel like down the line, I'll feel like okay, I want to play
that again.
I'll just get it from the library and it'll be there the next day.
Well, that's what I figure. We'll plan a date, and we'll get it from the library again, and we can
we should do a double feature with Rock of the Dead and that one. I've got 2 guitars.
But yeah, so there was that, and then I got some other games, but.
Anything?
Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi, or Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Yeah, I passed that up.
They're getting ridiculously bad.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that not? Yeah, no, those are bad.
Well, I didn't mind like the first one on the GameCube.
Well, yeah, like they started all right.
And then they got really like there was one that I watched my friends play that was really good, like really fast paced fighting kind of thing. And then this one is just absolutely ridiculous. So don't even bother.
What else did you splurge a little?
I did. I went kind of crazy.
But, yes, that happens. That happens.
And there was some others. Oh, SSX.
Which one? The newest one?
Yeah.
Ooh, I should think about it.
I don't like it.
I like SSX though.
I love SSX Tricky. I love SSX 3. I love all of those.
Except for this one, it seems.
This one, the controls are weird. The concept's cool.
For someone who hasn't been in SSX in a while, but really likes it.
I don't know. It felt off. Like there's part of it, and you're in the Rockies, and you got to go down a path in the dark. So you have to have armor on, and then you have it's really twitchy because you have to jump like logs right before they pop up.
Fan of twitchy sports games.
But it'll switch because the next one there'll be a different thing to the mountain, and it'll be even meaner to you in some different way. But I just found I would barely turn the joystick, and my character would be like Fujiboosh. And all the tricks are done with the right stick.
Oh, so wait, EA, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so they just pulled their skate engine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dumb.
So, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna give it another go, just to kind of see. So I don't. And then my other one that I beat this week was Spider-Man: Edge of Time.
I saw that one.
By Beanox.
I almost got that, except I hit the 5-limit games. Oh, I also played another game. It's a good game. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna go back to it. So. I played Sly Cooper, the HD collection. So, those games actually aged really well.
That's
surprisingly. Like, those are it's back in, what, 2005, I want to say? Something like that. Like, it looks really good still.
Good.
I feel as if they're a little dated in terms of, like, I want to play it on my Vita. Because there's not a lot of content in those games.
Right.
Especially the first couple. The third one probably has the most in it, of the three of them.
Yeah, but that's those platformers trying to survive out of the new, like off the PlayStation 2 and all that stuff. They're trying to...
Yeah, like back then, well, my mind would have been blown how awesome that game is. Because it's like cartoon Metal Gear Solid. You can't get spotted.
Oh, right.
Because it's all about...
You're a thief. You're a thief.
Because you're a raccoon, right? Yes.
Obviously.
It's actually a really good, in terms of... Like, I haven't played one of those open world hub games in a while. And that's exactly what Sly 1 and 2 is. Or actually, all the Sly games are pretty good for that. But it's been a while, and it's a challenging game, but only if you're really not careful. Because it's one of those easy to play, difficult to master.
Okay.
The first tutorial levels are pretty cut and dry,
Yep.
pretty easy. But as you progress through the game, there's different moves that you have to put together.
Okay.
You're trying to find hidden pages in all the levels. Because the story in the first game, I haven't really played the second game. The story in the first game is that these group of 5 villains stole the Thievius Raccoonus, which is a giant book of thieving techniques.
One of the weirdest games.
What? It's awesome!
Space vampires.
It's Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. These guys stole the
Raccoonus.
The Raccoonus. The Thievius Raccoonus. It is Sly's family history of
I was just gonna say.
what do you call it stuff? Thieving. So it's up to him to retrieve all the pages of the manuscript. So it's pretty much what you expect. It's Super Mario kind of thing, going to different worlds, picking up the different pages as you go along. And all the characters are really colorful, actually. Especially one of the earlier bosses, which is the Toad. This is where it becomes really one of the older games where you have to watch the patterns of the bosses.
Right.
Where one wrong slip of the controller and you're kind of screwed. Because, like a real raccoon, he doesn't swim.
Raccoons swim?
Not back in 2005.
Apparently. Oh, they're like assassins. They didn't learn how to swim until later.
It's funny because one of the earlier techniques that you learn, because every time you learn a new technique, you get a little sort of a flashback of the raccoons back in time and stuff like that. One of them really looks like an assassin from Assassin's Creed. Like he's got the white cloak on and he's jumping from roof to roof. I'm like, this is kind of... What?
It's kind of trippy.
It's not actually an assassin, but it
just looks like it.
Yeah, like the way he was jumping off roofs, it's kind of surreal. So,
I'll have to try that one out.
It's pretty good. It's if you've never played the Sly games, they're really good. So
I've never touched them.
So that's another one I've been kind of dabbling in.
Well, in Edge of Time,
how's Edge of Time?
I like Shattered Dimensions.
Okay, that's the 4 different.
That's the 4 different guys.
Yes, and Edge of Time is the weird one.
Edge of Time is Spider-Man 2099. Is trying to stop Alchemax, that's like the big bad guy, Oscorp type corporation in the future. And he stumbles upon this one guy using a time machine, and he witnesses the death of Peter Parker.
Okay.
So there's some weird future tech where if you have the person's DNA, you can talk to them back in time through that DNA.
Okay,
like it has to start at the same point that they gave that DNA kind of thing.
Huh.
So this guy went back a really long time and changed the future all the way up. So now Peter Parker is working for Alchemax, which now exists instead of the Daily Bugle. And all of a sudden he starts hearing the voice of Spider-Man 2099 in his voice, or in his head. And he's like, yeah, you're in danger, you're gonna die today on the 66th floor of this building. Anti-Venom's gonna come and kill you.
Okay.
And Peter Parker does this whole like, well, I have to stop Anti-Venom, so if I die, I die. That's my shtick. And so as you're traversing the building as Spider-Man, stuff changes in 2099. So as you're playing through 2099's worlds, because he's trying to get information back to Peter about stuff that's happening.
Or happened.
Yes, that is going to happen to Amazing Spider-Man, but
This sounds extremely convoluted.
Um,
Because my issue with these kinds of games, where they have the two different parallel times going on,
Yep.
it makes sense. But why, if I were in the future, I would totally say something or do something to my past self to prevent all that. Like the whole weird butterfly effect would happen.
they do a really good job of that actually.
How do they balance that?
Because Peter Parker says something along those lines.
Mhm.
And Spider-Man 2099 goes, do you need me to explain, like, do you have 2 hours for me to explain, like, time paradoxes to you and all this stuff? So, like, there's something in there that Spider-Man of 2099 knows about how time travel kind of works and why shit just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And he kind of keeps repeating it until you're like, you know what, I'm just going to accept the fact that I have to just keep doing whatever the hell he asks me to do.
That's...
My other problem is all the levels are based inside of a building.
Oh, so there's no web swing.
There's web swinging, but as Shattered Dimensions kind of did, they were on levels, but some of them were outside in outdoor areas and that kind of stuff, and they looked a little, different. And web swinging was a little bit more freer. This one, it's kind of like you can web swing down a hallway kind of quick. Web zipping's kind of like, specific spots you can web zip to. And both Spider-Man do play differently. Like one of them has Spider Sense, the other one has Decoy. So like you hit the one as Amazing Spider-Man, and he does his whole like, I'm dodging everything you're throwing at me, but it doesn't the player doesn't actually have to do anything, cause yay!
Like real Spider-Man.
Yeah, and he has a little stamina bar that drops and refills and drops and refills and drops and refills. And 2099, you actually place a decoy that missiles and bad guys think is still you, while you come up behind them and punch them in the back of the head.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The story gets kind of wishy-washy halfway in between, and then all of a sudden the bad guy changed, and I didn't even realize it. So that was different.
One of those weird storylines. I think it's trying to balance the whole time thing.
It was kind of trying to, because the scientist from Alchemy X was the one you were kind of going after, but then he ends up going through the portal with Anti-Venom and Doc Ock.
Okay.
And spoiler alert, if you've gotten to this part of the game, like as soon as you get to this part of the game, you find out the 3 of them meld together.
Like a superhero villain.
So all of a sudden these tentacles start appearing out of nowhere, and they're like giant tentacles covered in like a white anti-venom type thing.
Oh.
So you're like, okay, that's gonna come back to bite me later. And then all of a sudden, Spider-Man 2099 is going after the CEO of Alchemy X. And that's a bigger spoiler. It's kind of the story's intriguing, but I don't know. Like, it's not a $60 game.
I think it's they slashed the price really good on that.
I think they did, and it's almost worth it if you like Shattered Dimensions. But
I haven't even played Shattered Dimensions.
I really like Shattered Dimensions.
It sounds like they put a lot of backstory into these Spider-Man games.
They do. They study a lot of stuff. So, and the other bonus is Spider-Man 2099 this time is voiced by the guy who did Spider-Man from the 90s cartoons.
Oh.
And he was the voice of Spider-Man Noir in the other game.
So it kind of got him all over the place.
And Josh Keaton, who does Spectacular Spider-Man, is the voice of Amazing Spider-Man in this game, whereas it was Neil Patrick Harris in Shattered Dimensions. So, again, you're getting, and Josh Keaton was Ultimate Spider-Man in the other game. So, they're still using 2 guys who've done Spider-Man voices, and these 2 really play off each other really well.
Okay.
So the banter between them is really great. So that part's fun to play. There's just some game mechanics that are just kind of wishy-washy, but I think
overall not a bad thing.
Overall, not a horrible game.
I feel like because honestly, the last Spider-Man game I've actually really played was Spider-Man 2 on the PS2.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of holding out for Amazing Spider-Man to get back into an actual world.
Well, I like Beanox's idea with Shattered Dimensions of having the levels.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Because the levels were so detailed and so gorgeous that it made up for the fact that you weren't like free-run web swinging everywhere. This game, like I said, you're restricted to this building that is apparently as tall as Everest. So I mean, it's a tall building, but
I guess so.
You're still restricted because it's office space.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's here's an office, here's a lobby, here's a this, here's a lab, here's a, you know, like...
So it's kind of generic.
Yeah, like very generic looking, not all
you
that...
like shades of black or gray.
Exactly, so I'm sitting there going, man, and I think that's why people kind of went, well, Shattered Dimensions was really cool, because you had noir, you had jungle scenes, you had like all these different
futuristic
things.
Yeah,
all this time it's like, you have futuristic,
Spider-Man.
futuristic, like, office building, and
No.
2000s office building.
So.
And eventually they kind of meld together, so they look pretty much identical no matter which one you're playing. The bad guys just kind of change flavor, so.
Oh.
Either way, that one,
yes.
It's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Edge of
There's
Time.
a lot of Spider-Man this past couple weeks. So.
There is.
Shall we?
Yes, news!
Yes, news. Better roll news.
Whoop, whoop.
First thing, we kind of do a sort of update of a story from last week.
Yep.
The 72-hour awkward ban for Diablo 3 players digitally has been modified a little bit.
Slightly, yes.
A little bit better. It's better.
It's better.
You can level now.
And you can pass the Skeleton King.
So you can actually do some of the things that you can, you bought the game to do.
Yep.
You still can't play online.
Yeah.
Still can't do auction houses.
Right.
And
Still can't chat.
Still can't chat. And these are, it's still 72 hours.
It's still,
So.
And this is the other thing Blizzard said, it's not, it's until your credit card gets checked out and processed.
Okay, so as
so
time,
it can be as little as a day.
So as time goes on,
yes,
as more and more people start playing Diablo 3,
you might not even notice the fact that there's this thing going on.
Yeah, because you probably don't get to the auction.
Yeah, Blizzard did want to make sure, like, to point that out, which I think they should have done initially. Like, it's going to be up to 72 hours. It could be all of 10 minutes.
Yes. So, me down the line, maybe a year or two down the line, maybe this won't even be a thing because it's like instant.
Yeah, and even if it was, I think a day is not bad because you hit single player, kind of get used to the game.
You know what? Yeah.
And by the time you're ready to jump into multiplayer, your stuff's been,
But you know what though? Like personally, I still will get the disc of Diablo 3. So still not a big deal if I ever get this game.
See, I only got it digitally because I got it
for
free. So, well, free, but
free.
Just sign my life away.
Yay!
Woo!
So, I guess we kind of won, but not really.
In all honesty,
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
If they're trying to protect people's credit cards for whatever weird reason, I still
just
don't
get
know.
an authenticator.
At least they're letting you play the game now instead of sitting at level 13 or whatever for.
Yeah, because there could be the person that has the wonky credit card.
Yeah,
that happens.
But either way.
Onwards.
Valve released their final
Meet the
team trailer movie thingy.
Yeah.
For the Pyro.
Yeah, it explains his backstory.
And the fact that it's a he.
No, they still haven't said anything.
Oh well.
They're still very coy about not taking his mask off.
I know they don't.
Which
I'm
so excited that they're not. Like half the part of his interesting, like his story, is his mystery.
I know, but
even though they kind of shed a little bit more light on his reasons.
It's a dude.
It could be a girl.
Yeah, well.
It could be a girl.
Either way.
His official bio is a guy, but.
And it was going to end with a big announcement.
It did.
And it did. Valve is letting us make movies.
Like really.
Yes.
Really.
Using the same engine that they've used now to make over 50 short films.
Yes.
Or short animations or something.
It is called the Source Filmmaker.
Yes.
They've used it for not just TF2. They've used it for Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, some Half-Life stuff.
Yep.
Because this stuff runs all on the Source engine.
Right. Everything that runs on Source is in this.
And so if you the thing is, when you download the Filmmaker, which is free right now, you can download it.
Yep.
Whatever games you already have registered to your Steam account, you will have the resources for. So if you have Counter-Strike, you can make Counter-Strike movies. If you have Left 4 Dead 2, you can use Left 4 Dead resources, stuff like that. Which, it's probably better anyways, because all the Left 4 Dead 1 stuff is already in Left 4 Dead 2. I actually saw some of the tutorial videos of how to use this tool, and there's a lot of things you can do in it. It makes it, because they kind of advertise it as not lights, camera, action.
Right.
It's action, camera, lights. You film it first, and then you can edit it afterwards. So it's not just like, you don't have to do multiple takes of things.
Right.
You do one take, and then you kind of just edit it after that.
The only thing you really have to edit is your audio track.
Right. Which, even editing your audio track, they make super simple, because what really impressed me the most is that you can record any voice. Like, it's attached to your microphone, you record your dialogue.
Yep.
It tracks your mouth and where you talk. And for the demo, they did TF2 in the Scout, and it lip synced with his dialogue exactly.
There was another game that did that ages ago.
Yeah. I think a lot of games do that now too. So.
But it's neat technology, which is nice.
Yeah, so, and it's free right now for the Windows.
Woo.
There's a beta. Oddly enough, only for Windows. Surprise. If you sign up for the beta, you also get a test video. You can re-edit meet the heavy video, so you can see how they did it, and you can make your own twists on it, however you want. You still can't get the voices for the 9 characters, obviously.
No.
Or the 10 characters rather, because
if you really wanted to do it, you could.
You could just figure something out.
Yeah.
They're all pretty generic voices. So,
I am heavy.
And this year's the ending air. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you play the games enough,
you'd get the voices.
Yeah, they're pretty standard. You can. I'm excited for this Source 2.
Yeah,
and it's free. It's like, remember when Gary's mod was free?
Yeah.
This is what this is, because I could probably see them end up charging like $2 or $3 for it, and that's fair because there's a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
So go with the beta. I will eventually. I get the second whenever I switch back to Windows.
Yeah.
To get my Mass Effect 3 ending, which kind of sucks.
I have to be home before I can switch back to Windows. So.
I don't like that Mass Effect 3.
The DLC?
I didn't even bother down.
I didn't mind it.
I watched it online. Because I'm like, it doesn't add any gameplay.
It adds more dialogue with the kid.
That I can watch on YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah, you can watch it all on YouTube. I mean, it's very not character specific. Like,
barely,
parts of it kind of.
Barely. Yeah. So, anyways, go get your Valve on.
Woo!
More TF2 videos. Next, we've got the more Team Fortress 2 news. If you've signed up for the Adult Swim newsletter, the really weird newsletter that had the Pyro on the side, pre-video, you can sign up and get a hat for the Team Fortress 2.
So that was the big news.
Yeah, it wasn't really a TV show or anything.
No.
It was just a robot chicken hat.
It's a robot chicken hat.
Yes.
So you have to get in now.
Pretty much.
And once you sign up, July 5th, you will get the code.
So sign up before July 5th.
Yes.
Pretty much. That's the key.
I forgot what the cutoff date. I think the cutoff date's the 4th.
The 4th. So on the 4th, sign up then. And it's just a newsletter, and you can likely unsubscribe to it.
Yeah, just get the hat.
It's free hat.
See, that's a great way to get people to sign up for a newsletter.
Yeah, free hat.
Have a free TF2 hat. Okay.
No. Have a great lead up to it.
Yeah.
Saying TF2 something.
Yeah.
And then hat, because that's what everyone plays TF2 for.
And there's a game coming out. I forgot what it was called. Heroes something or other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming to Steam. And if you actually download it off Steam because it's on the iOS and it's on the iOS devices, if you download it on Steam, you actually unlock all of the TF2 characters in this little turn-based strategy game.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah. I've seen that one. Yeah.
So and then that actually is supposed to go to your iOS devices too. You're supposed to get the characters.
Magic cloud.
Yep.
Power.
Clouding. So yeah, there's a ton of TF2 stuff this week.
Yeah.
For a game that's how old? And free.
Mostly free. It's pretty much free.
Until you get those hats.
I still have yet to pay for a hat.
Well, I've bought games that have given me free hats.
Yes, but
and usually that's not to play the game, it's just to get the hat.
Go get your TF2 hat. By the time this goes up, you can still get it. So.
Yeah. Pokemon Black 2 and Pokemon White 2.
Not Pokemon Black and White 2.
Correct, that is why I separated.
Yes, this is
to
true.
avoid confusion.
Why is this a big news?
Because they've given us a release date.
Okay.
And that release date is this year.
When is it?
October 7th.
I haven't even finished Black 2 yet.
Black, you mean?
Black. Whatever. They're the same game. 2 years separating the two different. It's funny. It's 2 separating the two. Yeah, it's so dumb. Where's the 3D Pokemon game?
It's coming. They're working on it.
They're not working on it.
They're working
not working Pokemon.
They got Conquest out. They've got Pokemon Black and White 2 coming
Conquest,
out.
they didn't even make Conquest. They got another company to do
Yeah, it
Conquest.
was the Pokemon Company and someone else.
Yeah. Because Conquest wasn't actually a Pokemon
Oh,
game.
I know.
It was like some weird other Japanese game.
It was a feudal Japanese war game that they put Pokemon on top of.
So it's not,
Either way, it's a $30 game. It's pretty much worth it. So,
I'm not. So
if you like turn-based strategy.
Yeah. October 7th, get your Pokemon again on.
Also, October 7th is that Dream Radar thing for the 3DS people.
Yeah, the Dream Radar and the Pro Pokedex 3D, which is all of the Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm not sure when the Pro comes out.
No, I thought it was the same day. I thought
they haven't said that.
I thought they were planning, because that's when
all they've said is the Dream Radar is the same day. So maybe the Pokedex will come out.
Because the Dream Radar has to come out the same day. Because there's a weird feature in that game where if you catch the Pokemon in the Dream Radar,
it moves it to the.
Which is so weird because is that just using the weird like cloud thing where it goes up to the Pokemon.com and then back down to your game? Because I never used that in Pokemon Black. Or White.
Finally did because it wasn't there at release.
Yeah.
So I had to actually go back because I had beaten the game and go check out what that whole thing was, and it was different. It was odd.
See, I think the next Pokemon game. Now this is a weird prediction. That Pokemon Cloud stuff should work on our phones.
That won't happen. No. Nintendo won't do anything with the phone.
They're totally doing. Hello, the Wii U. Is totally. You can totally do all the web interface stuff on the mobile phone.
Yeah, but I don't think there will actually be apps for any of that stuff.
No, it won't be an app.
It'll just be online.
Like, yeah, it'll be a mobile optimized website.
Yeah, that they can do.
So that's my thing that they should do. That's right.
Maybe.
Oh.
You know Nintendo, they're scared of online.
They'll get it. They're getting wet.
But the Dream Radar thing I think is kind of cool.
So it's an excuse to make Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, with AR, and you get to put the Pokemon that you catch in Dream Radar into your game.
Yay.
So it's a reason to actually play Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 on your 3DS.
Yeah.
So.
Or at least play it so you can transfer it to your game system.
Yeah.
Maybe you have 2 3DSs or a DS and a... I don't know.
I don't know.
PlayStation 3 has a great summer sale going on.
Yes.
They're 30% off not all games, but a good chunk of games. Why don't you pull up the list?
Closure. Crisis. Infamous Festival of Blood.
Great game.
Jurassic Park the game. Killzone 3 multiplayer. NBA Jam on Fire edition. Pac-Man Championship Edition DX.
Good game.
Which was a good game. Real Steel. Renegade Ops. Shadow of the Colossus HD. House of the Dead 3.
Yes.
And Worms Ultimate Mayhem.
It's a Worms game.
It's
30% off those games.
30% off, unless
you're a Plus member.
Then it's how much?
50%
off all those games.
I'm definitely getting House of the Dead 3.
So I don't know how much Jurassic Park is.
I think it's a $15 game.
So if that's $7, I might go pick that up.
I'm definitely getting House of the Dead 3, and I think I'll get Closure too, just because I heard a lot of good things about it. It is a move game.
Closure.
It is a PlayStation move game where you're kind of dead, but you're not really. You're in limbo. But you use the move controller to move around in limbo.
Well,
so I will definitely get those two, I think.
Pac-Man, if you're a Pac-Man fan and it comes out cheap enough.
Yeah, if it's
totally worth it.
If it's like $4 or $5.
Because I got it on sale on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Great Pac-Man game. Different Pac-Man game.
Yeah. But it's like it has like attack rush and stuff like that.
Weird. Lights everywhere. If you're prone to seizures, do not play that.
If you're prone to seizures, you probably shouldn't be playing any of the games you play.
Yeah, most of them. Pokemon Conquest is pretty sick. It's pretty awesome.
Until you play the Pikachu level, which spazzes up.
Yeah, not really.
In Japan.
There's little electric
Maybe it's only in
things.
Japan.
Maybe.
Like kids in would you like juice?
Nah, it's okay. I'm just shutting down.
So that's that. When is the sale happening? Next week, right?
It starts on the 4th, so Independence Day in the States.
Yeah. So that's a good idea. I will definitely get House of the Dead because I love those games.
Well, that's if you have a move controller.
And I have a move controller. And so, damn it, I have to get the damn shell for the gun.
Yep.
That's okay.
I forgot what game I threw. I threw that shooting game Remember that bullet hell game that you didn't? It'll come to me.
Bullet hell?
I got it for cheap at HMV when they were closing
Oh,
down.
Sin and Punishment.
Yeah. I didn't know you could use the damn gun. The zapper attachment. You can use it in that game.
How does that work?
It's a
bullet hell game.
But it pops up and it goes, you can use your zapper, and I'm like, oh.
Do you have a zapper?
I do. I have one at home, except I'm not at home. So, so I'm like, oh. So I'll try that again when I actually.
Really, of all the ones, you can't even use a circle. You can't circle pad. You can't even use a classic controller.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. No.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Like, and I mean, as a game, it's really easy with the pointing and the shooting and the.
Yeah, but I guess if you're using the zapper.
And the zapper would be great because then you're actually got like solid like hold on stuff. That's always my issue is my hands aren't steady. But either who, summer sale, yay! So Korea.
Yes.
We talked about this last week.
Yes, they were.
We were talking about the PlayStation.
They're just and their online practices in general.
Yes.
Yeah,
so now it's also, we just wanted to, it is the Xbox as well.
And a lot of, I think Steam's having issues with it.
I was going to say anything online that you have to put your name and I think birth date into at this point in time is like.
And now it's actually gone to a point where they're actually legally trying to fight this.
Yes, and a lot of companies are starting to like, even people are starting to be like, well, we want our, we want our stuff. We like our onlines.
The reason why you're not really hearing about this is because it's Korea.
It's South Korea. They're open. They're open type people.
Barely.
Opener than their brothers to the north.
I guess. They're brothers to the north. That's exactly how this works.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find a story. Here. Korea. That'll get it out. So.
Yeah.
How does this work here?
Shutdown law.
Two new lawsuits. Hey, we got lawsuits.
Yay.
Are challenging the shutdown law's constitution.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna click that link because it's all in Korean, but
they're trying to protect people's rights over there and
doing
privacy.
A terrible job.
Except, like every government issued thing with video games and the internet, they go so far overboard it's not even funny. It's like when SOPA was starting up in the States and all that stuff. Like,
and then Canada's got its own equivalent now somewhere.
Well, we had one, and I think we're still working on telling them to be not to be idiots. But like this is the bad. Like this is where we are. This is where would be an okay place to be as privacy and all that stuff is concerned.
And
this is where the governments always go.
It's because they don't understand it over there, especially in China. Not Hong Kong. Hong Kong's fine because it's kind of Britain or whatever.
Yeah.
But Hong Kong, all that social media stuff,
Yeah.
Like you can't go on to any social media at all. So that's why Hong Kong, like China gaming, doesn't really exist.
Right.
They can't really go online and do any of that stuff.
No wonder productivity's so high.
Yeah, they've got no Angry Birds. They got no Facebook.
They got Facebook. But no, and again, it's the governments that just. It's a bunch of guys sitting in their offices listening to like two people.
We're just getting it over here in North America. We're just finally getting it, understanding it. Over there, no.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, for Korea, this is big because they're gaming people.
Yeah. Especially mostly Blizzard stuff.
But Blizzard Battle.net, you require your name and birth date for all of that stuff. Like.
Yeah, Korea's just getting hit with all sorts of gaming stuff.
Yeah. But Australia can play 18+ games now.
Oh, goody! So I can finally play my Postal.
A law passed over there. They can actually get games in that are 18+. So.
Yay!
Woo! Congratulations,
finally,
Australia.
Guys, have you heard this game called Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
Shut up.
Man, they've made 3 of them.
Well, it's hilarious because people have been importing games to Australia forever.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like,
you had to import.
Yeah, PlayStation games were the easiest.
And they'd shut down import places.
I think was it the States that shut down PlayAsia or Lexan?
I don't know, but
Lexan was exactly the same situation. It was a Japanese import site for video games, and some company in America filed a lawsuit against them, and now they're.
Well, if an EB Games down in the in Australia got caught like bringing in games from
Yeah.
and selling them, they could get in so much trouble. So, either way, Australia, congratulations.
Yeah.
Korea, hopefully things turn around for you guys.
You can play Far Cry 3.
Yeah, they can actually play games.
Mostly Far Cry 3.
Fail bomb.
Fail bombs, we've got 2 of them. Capcom is deciding to open a restaurant based off one of their popular franchises. It's not Street Fighter. It's not Lost Planet.
Is it like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom? Because that could be an interesting.
No.
Mega Man?
No, they don't like Mega Man.
Zero?
They kind of like Zero. It's the Resident Evil restaurant.
Because that's totally where I want to eat.
Jill sandwiches, jokes ensue.
Yeah.
That's all you can order there is a Jill sandwich. No reason why this exists. They're doing it.
Now this is in Asia, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes, Japan only.
That makes a little bit more sense.
Another one was messed up Japanese things only.
Well, because I watch a lot of shows where they have like themed restaurants.
Uh-huh.
And there was one where it was like a ninja themed restaurant, and I swear like I'd punch 800 people there. Because they pop out of the walls and scare you while you're eating, and I'd be like chopstick through your eye.
Yes.
But to me, a Resident Evil themed restaurant is not the most appetizing place to be.
Resident Evil restaurant opening up in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Called the Biohazard Cafe and Grill Stars. The restaurant will have its grand opening July 13th, but will remain open for only 1 year.
Oh.
The menu has yet to be announced by Capcom, but they promised limited edition items and dance performances from dance teams Stars Angelique. The release of this restaurant is in correlation with the game, giving fans of the Resident Evil franchise in Shibuya, Japan, something great to look forward to. Yay. Yay.
Oh, the Japanese.
Not the movie, Resident Evil 6.
Yep, Resident Evil 6.
Go get... I kind of want to see what this is. I honestly do.
Well, I guess we'll find out on
Jill sandwich.
the 13th.
Jill sandwich.
Yeah.
Jill sandwich, that's all I want.
Between some crisp Redfield patties?
Buns.
Yeah.
Crisp Redfield buns.
Yee. Other failing this week. We talked about it last week.
The circle...
With
the new 3DS.
Yes, the XL.
And minus the circle pad on,
right.
on the right side, which, you know...
So now, if you want a right-handed, or if you want to...
I want to play Metal Gear Solid Snake here on my 3DS XL.
Well then, you're going to have to go buy the new Circle Pad Pro XL.
Oh good. Oh good. Thank God. I'm spending an additional $40 on a larger console, plus another $20 at a
on another game pad, on another Circle Pad Pro.
Exclusive to GameStop.
Yep. Congratulations. Apparently, games do look better on this new system.
Yes, they do. That's what I've heard as well.
I've heard a lot of good things about the XL.
It's not enough for me to switch up.
It's not. Yeah, there's not enough changes for me to switch. But and the fact that I again have to buy the new console, and B, the new Circle Pad Pro. Mm-hmm. I haven't even bought a Circle Pad Pro yet.
Yes.
So,
you mean can buy one? Because you can't even find them in the stores. You have to order it online.
Yeah. Well, and I haven't really had a game that has used one yet, so... Mm-hmm. But yeah, that... Way to, like, force people to spend more money, Nintendo.
You might be interested in this one, actually.
I saw that one.
This actually looks really good.
Except I don't really like third-party stuff. That's my thing. Because I did see that.
It's a battery extender, too.
I know.
So
that's why
it does a lot of good things.
That's why I was intrigued by it.
Yeah. We're looking at a picture of the new Nyko Circle Pad Pro extension that actually has a low profile.
Yes.
As opposed to the chunky ass. Where's mine?
It's up there somewhere.
Yeah,
we're good.
Don't worry, it's a boat.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go look for it.
Yeah.
The Nyko one, I don't know when this one's coming out, but probably this summer.
I don't know. I was looking at it.
I'm interested in it.
It was pretty, but yeah, I'm not really a third-party person for my accessories.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Movie news?
Yeah, let's bullet through these. Iron Man 3, the one that's still in filming.
Yes.
Not director Jon Favreau. I can't remember the director.
I don't know who it was, but
someone new. They're revealing footage and information at Comic-Con. only because it's more Iron Man 3, and we all love Iron Man.
We do.
So, and more of this weird Iron Patriot stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah. Iron Patriot's not in this movie.
Tony's, I can just see like
Robert Downey Jr.
just going like. So look for that in Comic-Con. There's a lot of stuff going on in Comic-Con. That's one of the big things.
Yeah.
There's a 10th anniversary Firefly panel.
Yes.
They're putting all of the Firefly cast together. So that's one of the big things. Yeah, this looks like this year's Comic-Con is actually going to be worth going to if you actually have tickets for it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Comic-Con's always kind of worth going to.
Yeah. This year's extra worth going to anyways.
Well, but to get into that Serenity or...
Yeah, you probably have to...
You're going to have to line up the night before.
Night before?
They probably won't let you line up before that fire hazard starts.
Oh, right. Safety first.
You can't sit. You can only stand. You have to... It'll be a competition
I'll stand for 2 days.
Yeah. If you sit down, you're out of line. Yeah, just pee. You can pee standing up.
Not well.
You should be able to pee standing up relatively well. Pooping's a little harder.
Yeah.
Number 2 is
my anus doesn't work that way.
Yeah. In some less exciting news.
Yeah. It's not interesting.
No.
It's not. Okay, it is.
It's
but
interesting.
It's dumb.
The fact that they're making this many of them is insane.
What is it?
James Cameron.
Yes,
he made some money with this Avatar film.
A little bit of money.
That I still have not seen.
It's not. It's.
I have Pocahontas on order right now. By the
same.
way, it's coming out of the Disney Movie Club. I got Pocahontas coming.
Dear.
So.
Oh good. So you'll be able to see Avatar.
Yeah, in Blu-ray.
Yes.
So I just figured.
But how much more Avatar do you want to watch though?
Well, I haven't seen any, so I'm good with times whatever amount of.
Oh, okay.
Because it'll count to 0.
Oh goody, 0 times Avatar.
Yeah, but James Cameron.
He's smart. He saw what The Matrix was doing.
And Back to the Future ages ago.
Yeah.
You know, filming more than one movie kind of
at a time, and one after the other, just kind of like banging them out. Lord of the Rings,
they're just kind of banging them out as much as possible. Well, 2 movies is pretty good.
Yes, that makes sense.
Finish your trilogy, because everybody does trilogies.
Yeah, trilogies is good.
But James Cameron,
he's
James Cameron.
He's different.
Yeah,
he's like a hipster.
He's going for 3 Avatar movies at once.
So Avatar 1, and then 2.
Yeah.
And then 3.
Yeah.
And then 4.
Yeah. And Lord knows what.
How many Pocahontas movies did they?
Disney did 2.
Okay, so
I have both of them coming because they're in one little package.
Yes, right.
One of them was straight to VHS ages ago. Yeah, those Disney straight to VHSs. They're packaging them all with the actual movies now.
Ooh.
Just to get rid, it's like we made all these Blu-rays and DVDs of Pocahontas 2 and Fox and the Hound 2 and Bambi 2. Let's just put them in with the actual movie and just send them out.
Or the one that people liked.
Yeah. So I'm getting Pocahontas, and I'm getting a coaster that says Pocahontas 2 on it. It's gonna be awesome. It comes free.
You get a coaster, a Blu-ray shaped coaster.
Yep. I don't know. This seems extreme. 3 more Avatar movies.
One of them, a sequel was already extreme.
Well, that's what I kind of thought. Because from what I heard of Avatar,
it's so dumb.
It was kind of a.
They ended it.
Yeah.
If James Cameron put his money into something actually worth making again.
Yeah.
And then spending the money that, put money into the 3 movies here, because he spent a lot of time and money into the first Avatar.
Oh yeah.
If he did that again with these 3 movies, the budget for them into another movie,
yeah,
it would be awesome again, kind of.
Well, why not?
You could remake, I don't know, like Toy Story or something.
Well, why not start taking he created the Terminator stuff. Bring that back.
Yeah.
Actually bring that back.
Like an actual. That's a movie they could do in 3D, and I would actually watch it because I love Terminator 1 and 2.
So. Either way, James Cameron has more money than he knows what to do with, and he's spending it on the dumbest stuff.
Yes, he's like a boy with too much money.
Yeah, in a candy store that makes movies.
Mm-hmm. Next, so shall we? That's just depressing.
Yeah, and this one's.
I like Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright is one of my favorite directors of all time.
Very cool guy.
He did Hot Fuzz. He did Shaun of the Dead. He did Scott Pilgrim movie.
And he's been set to helm this movie.
Yes.
Since
ever
heard about it.
Yeah, he's probably a big fan of it too.
Yeah.
It is the Ant-Man movie.
Yes.
And he's he secretly said that he's finished his first test shot of
Ant-Man.
whatever this is.
Yes.
Whatever this Ant-Man cartoon/movie is. Not really sure what it is.
Test shots are essentially what he wants the movie to look like.
It's pretty much like moving storyboards.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No, I think they did some filming with some actual special effects and stuff. Because they actually want to go like, this is what we want the movie to look like. This is how we want Ant-Man's powers to kind of come across. Mm-hmm. And then you send that to Marvel, and Marvel goes, no, do this.
What did they tell him to do?
We don't know yet, because I think it just kind of got, everything kind of just got sent in.
Swept under. Because he's trying to also release information, like a hype about the world end and stuff like that.
Yes.
But Ant-Man, helmed by Edgar Wright, slightly closer to fruition.
Yes. And I mean, honestly, I think this movie, from what I read, it was announced back in 2005.
Yeah.
And he has been attached to it since the beginning, and he's still attached to it, so...
Yeah, it's not like he's doing a lot of things anyways right now, so...
No, but I mean, he's done a few movies in between then and there. But I think finally, like, I think it's cool that he's stuck with it this long.
Yeah.
Because a lot of directors would be like, I have other things to do.
Do you think he's trying to make it in line with the Avengers stuff now?
I'm not sure, because it could be. I mean, Ant-Man does...
He is an Avenger
like
at some point. Hank Pym
does join S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers and all that
he does do Avenger-y things.
As Giant Man or Ant-Man or Ultron. Like, you know, like, there's so many... He builds Ultron.
He builds Ultron in his image, yeah.
But that's what I mean, like, there's just... Hank Pym is kind of pivotal to a lot of Avenger-esque stories. Yeah. So not having him is...
Kind of like the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So, we're excited. I'm not a huge Hank Pym / Ant-Man fan.
I don't really like...
I'm not a huge fan of him.
Me neither, but I think with Wright at the helm of all this...
Yeah, like, he could probably save it.
Yeah, he could probably make a pretty decent movie, so...
That's it.
Site news?
Movie site news. Moving on to site news.
Sunday was your insane marathon.
Did you actually watch any of it? Why not?
I haven't had time.
You don't have to watch it all.
No, but I haven't had, like, I need to, like, concentrate and focus on something like that.
It is so bad. I watched, like, 20 minutes of it. It is I don't even know how to explain what this is. It's the Justice League movie.
Yep.
Justice League of America TV show pilot that never aired.
Yep. And
it got aired. Okay. It didn't get aired, but it did at the same time. Like, some weird BBC channel picked it up and, like, put it on at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Just for fun?
Yeah. This was made back in 1997, where special effects were good.
Yep.
And this is not.
Oh, good. That's what I was worried about.
It is, they designed it as a mockumentary, where you have the regular lives of the heroes and then whatever, and then you have them being interviewed by some third person going, oh yeah, so what's it like being a superhero? And then they go like, oh, it's okay. Literally like that, and it's terrible.
I hope they do this for the...
There's no Batman, there's no Superman, there's no Wonder Woman, so the 3 important characters are not in it.
I hope they do this for the movie.
Yeah, no.
Justice League movie.
They have the Flash, but they screwed up the Flash.
They
make him look fat.
Well, all that running, you know, builds up his tummy muscles. He just got really big abs.
No. It's terrible. It was... I can't even explain how terrible this film is. It's just an hour and a half of something you honestly can't get back with your life. You really can't.
And you want people to watch it.
Hey, if they do, they get a trophy, an achievement.
Yeah, you can use the achievement.
I made it for it too. So, it's congratulations, all like 2 of you that actually watched this atrocity.
Good Lord.
Like, it's so bad that people actually cut it and then re-edit it with the Friends intro music from Friends. It's like da 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 with like the introducing each of the characters. It's so terrible. Like, it actually fit.
Oh no.
That's how bad this is.
Okay, well, one of these nights I'll have to watch it. Or part of it.
Yeah, it's, how would I have?
Monday, what's your favorite fruit?
Mangoes. I didn't vote for it, but it's mangoes.
Strawberries wins anyway.
It does. Strawberries always wins.
Bananas were a vote. Sweet bananas actually were a vote. And apples.
Apples, yeah. Mango.
Apples.
I do like mangoes. Mangoes are amazing.
Mangoes are messy.
No, if you make them right.
Mangoes are messy.
Yeah, come on, right.
And you eat some.
Yeah, that's not
Messy.
you cube them.
What? That's what you'd be. Be messy. It's much fun, man.
But you just let it is not fun because it's messy. Anyways, strawberries. Video games.
Pokemon Conquest.
Yeah, it's game. It's good.
For $30, it's
Yep.
actually a really good game. I just was not expecting it to be $30, so. I don't know.
Jesus.
There.
Yeah.
It's under your butt. Hump Day Humor was the Titanic toilet paper.
Yep.
And the mix-up at the supermarket. Ah.
Oh, crashy.
No, I clicked on an ad
You clicked on an ad.
on Facebook. We could be here forever.
Wednesday.
Abort. Wednesday was that stuff.
Thursday was Thursday.
Thursday we did nothing for
yeah.
Thursdays. And Friday!
Friday is Final Destination 3.
Bum.
It's the third movie.
Now, was that the roller coaster one?
Yeah, that is the...
With the horrendous roller coaster?
But I thought that movie was supposed to be in 3D when I saw it, when I watched it. And I read more about it, and apparently the first 3D one was the Final Destination.
Yes.
So I'm like, why would they make it look like 3D when it's not in 3D?
Wasn't that a great... Those were great graphics for that roller coaster. You know it. I know it.
Seriously, the only good part of that movie was the train sequence at the end, and that was amazing.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was funny, but it was actually really also well done, but it was at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is this at the end of the movie where this is actually kind of decent? Where I love the suntanning stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, that was hilarious.
Oh my god!
And if you watch it in the Netflix, you see boob.
Yeah, you see boob on the DVD.
Oh no, in theaters you can see boob.
Oh,
because
the DVD
they covered it up in the theaters. I think they cut it twice because I was looking for pictures on the internet and the scenes on the internet had boob covered up.
Huh.
So again, who would want to want to? This is such a bad movie. It's overacted. Characters are so like overly cliched.
It's a Final Destination movie.
It is. You know what? What's that movie? Cabin in the Woods.
Yes.
Cabin in the Woods explains this movie.
Yes.
Cabin in the Woods explains Final Destination.
I have the Final Destination.
That's not.
It wasn't the Final Destination because it did so well that they were like, hey, Final Destination 5.
Apparently 5 is actually decent. Like, better-er.
How can you... There's nowhere but up.
They try to fight death.
They've tried to fight death in 2. They thought they killed death in 2.
Oh, they didn't. They definitely didn't kill death. Okay, that's the thing that about 3 that really boggled my mind is that they read about the stuff that happened in 2.
Yes.
But they didn't do anything to... Hey, that kind of looks like a Starship Enterprise.
Yes, it does.
That's kind of creepy.
It's a cloud.
That looks like a Starship Enterprise. Anyway, I had to point that out before it disappeared. That's better than Final Destination 3 already.
They hear about all this stuff, and
but they don't do anything about it. They're like, okay, we just have to prevent the deaths from happening. But I don't. What is this death thing? I don't care. Just gotta go fight. Prevent the death by killing you first.
Yeah, I like how that's how it turns in. It's like, I know how we do this. We just change the order. So I just kill you now. And it's like, hold up, yo.
Wait, so there's continuity, but there isn't continuity?
Well, because in 2, like, she dies, but she gets brought back to life.
Okay.
Like, it's this weird thing that ends up happening. And then 3, it turns into, like, half of them think they have to kill someone else that's before them kind of thing to stop the, like, or they have to kill someone that died after them. Like, they think they have to break the sequence.
Yeah, that's what 3 is. That's why...
I really liked the ending, though, because it was just like, so...
Nothing happened.
Reset.
Oh, no, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
They're like, man, we gotta stop the train. No! Death gets his way.
Yeah, which I dig, because
that makes
all of a
sense.
sudden the bad guy's still there. Horror movies have to end with the bad guy
Existing.
still being alive in some way, shape, or form. That's why the Ring 1 was a really good horror movie, because they have to keep, this tape has to keep going places.
Yeah.
And then the Ring 2, they seal the girl in the well and the story's over.
Yeah, apparently they fixed it all.
You cannot fix a horror, no, bad.
No, I don't get those.
So either way, I still have to watch the Final Destination.
Do you actually have it?
I have it on DVD, I bought it cheap.
For how much?
I like $5 at
Too much.
Blockbuster or whatever.
Too much.
Paranormal Activity, I still have to watch the third one, but the fourth one has Diana Agron from Glee in it, so.
Oh, you're kind of ready for this.
So now I have to watch 3 so I can watch 4.
I need to watch 3.
So I still have to watch 3.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Well, until Netflix. Netflix will have
Netflix should get it. They have 1 and 2.
Yeah, they do.
So eventually. Either way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a movie. It's not bad, but it's bad at the same time because you don't go, it's just so bad.
It's a mindless horror movie.
Oh, you gotta turn your brain off. Don't worry, I have a doozy next week.
Again, produced by
someone Wong, some Asian guy that produced it. No, it's Justin Wong directed it.
Yeah, but I don't know who the company is that produced like what they're called, but they're owned by Disney.
Oh yeah, that's why I get the Final Destination rights.
Yeah, but that's Final Destination is actually like owned by Disney in some weird way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's like how Pirates is owned by Disney.
Yeah. So.
Now it looks like Star Trek Voyager.
Morphing cloud.
No, only into Star Trek references.
Star Trek cloud. Whoa.
I have a doozy for next week. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay.
That's that's it for now.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of shorter cast.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit.
Still on track. So.
Yep. Anyway, folks.
That's it. Bye.
Ciao.